belief. See, contrary to the belief that spirituality will take away the beauty, the thrills of life, the definition of spirituality is given in Gita itself. It says that it releases you from all the causes of sorrow. Dukkha samyoga viyogam. Dukkha, sorrow. Samyoga, your attachment. Viyoga, detaching it. This is called yoga, spirituality. So therefore, if somebody says, I am too young for spirituality, I can wait, they do not know what they are missing. When you enter any field, you first have to know the rules of that particular field, including cricket. When you enter life, you have to know the rules of life so that you do not get into a mess, do not get into unwanted, avoidable crisis. Must enjoy every bit of your life. You must know the rules. The rules of life are the essence of all spiritual texts, because we have certain knowledge how to tackle the gadgets, iPad, iPhone, cooking range, TV, computer, we know, car. But in all these things, the joy that is got by all is not the same. That is because it's not merely the external gadgets that contribute to your happiness, it's your mind too. This is the essence of spirituality. All of us have 4 dimensions. We have a body, we have a mind, we have an intellect. And when I said I have a body, I have a mind, I have an intellect, I am different from the body, I am different from the mind, I am different from the intellect. So here, this I, disconnected from body, mind, and intellect, is a very happy one, like in your sleep. You can't sleep all the time, so you have to get this knack of detaching from the body, mind, intellect, though using them and functioning them in the world outside. This is called spirituality. The body is inert. It cannot add or take away your happiness. The spirit is same. So if at all there is something to do to bring in happiness, harmony in your life, it is this mind and intellect. From now onwards, I'll use M and I. So the disciplining of the mind and intellect, harmonizing the mind and intellect with the external world and in your own personality, the body, mind, intellect, is called yoga. Because you are already happiness, that's what you experience in sleep. This happiness is disturbed by the mind. So if you can discipline the mind and intellect to focus to this happiness, ultimate, which I call I am. All of us call I am, I am, I am. There is no difference there. When it comes to identification, you say, I am a man, I am a Hindu, I am an Indian. So this I am extended is all related to Solomon. Hello? Disturbance irka? Ipo? Hello? Sorry. Hello? Yeah. So, this mind and intellect have to be trained to give you harmony in all your experiences. This can be done when the mind intellect is focused to the real I am. The real I am is common in all: existence, consciousness, happiness. The pseudo I am is what I call myself an Indian, a Hindu, etc. That is only with reference to the body, which has no life. And when you turn this mind intellect towards this body, towards the world, and think you are the body, and the world gives you happiness, they by their nature changing and finite, even the body changing and finite, you will always end up in a mess. So turn the mind and intellect to this blissful consciousness that you are, and use the body, mind, intellect in the field of objects, emotions, and thoughts. Yeah. So use the body, mind, and intellect in the field of objects and emotions and thoughts, tuning to the self. This is called spiritual living. Because the mind and intellect always have two pulls. Mind pulls you towards passion. Intellect pulls you towards spirit, reason. So they always are in loggerheads. If they have to unite, they need to get a source wherefrom they both get happiness. When they are turned to the self, the mind and intellect, away from the body, mind, intellect, they become harmonized. They experience the status of the consciousness, which is infinite, immortal bliss. If the mind intellect forgets that, get lost in the body, mind, body consciousness and the world of objects, thinking they are real and I am this body, you will only get that status because body is finite, changing, it meets death, world is changing. So therefore, all that you have to do is continuously remember, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am that blissful, eternal, conscious existence. Remember this, play your role in the outside world. Then you will enjoy the various experiences in the outside world without missing your own real nature. This is what Gita teaches. It starts with Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Dharma Kshetre, in the field of values, disciplines, because there are conflicts. That is the battle of Mahabharata. So he says, there if you have to harmonize, start first disciplining everything, body, mind, intellect. How will you discipline? Turning them towards the self. Therefore, that disciplining is said dharma, the values, right values of the body, mind, and intellect. But it should be turned to the self it should be turned to the self. That is the ultimate dharma. These are relative dharmas. Relative dharmas, values, when they are turned to the absolute dharma, the self, then there is harmony and beauty. That is what it starts, dharma kshetre kurukshetre. And it ends up in Gita saying, one who surrenders these relative values to the absolute values, sarva dharman parityajya, mam ekam sharanam vraja, me the absolute value, when you surrender your relative finite values at the altar of this eternal value, you will be freed from all limitations, fears, anxieties, death, worry. Moksha ishyami ma suchaha. Therefore, to start with, follow values. Values that will take you to moksha, that is, that are good, not pleasant. Follow the right intellect, Krishna. Krishna is the intellect. Follow the intellect. Do not give away to passions. Therefore, it says, dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, kshetre, kshetre, dharma kuru. In every field, follow disciplines. How do you follow? Tune to the self. Sarva dharman parityajya. Mamekam ahankar sarva papetya. Moksha ishyami masu. Arjuna comes from a family of people who knew all these things. But temporarily, his ego, his identity with the body, covered his knowledge. Or probably, his knowledge was put to test in a challenge. First time he is meeting a challenge like this, where there are values of conflict. And hence, he gets perturbed because he is only tuned to the relative values, relative entities, the body, mind, intellect, and therefore he sees death everywhere. When Krishna teaches him, you are not the body, you have a body, he gets enlightened, ignorance is gone, he gets released and finds victory. So the difference between a man who suffers, the man who is free, is knowledge. Because man suffers out of ignorance. That is the body. Get freedom from the knowledge I am the self. So within that 1 hour, when Arjuna got confused and said, now I am freed from all confusion. What was the difference? Nothing changed outside world. Krishna's teaching changed the way Arjuna sees things. Similarly, all of us, when there is a challenge, analyze it from different angles, from the physical angle, emotional angle, intellectual angle, but all of them from the angle of the self means totality. How do you see to the self? To the totality, because the self in you is the self in all. I am is common. Existence is common. Life is common. Hello. So therefore, the message of the Gita is, you have to see any situation from all angles. The body must be comfortable. If you are hungry, you cannot practice religion. Emotionally, you should not be disturbed. Intellectually clear, but all of them will be rightly tuned when they are tuned to the self. When they are tuned to the self. So, Arjuna's focus was out to the names and forms. Hence, he was disturbed. And Krishna's teaching made him realize the mistake, and he got enlightened. So these all in our life, successful life, happy life, sad life. It is not the outside world. Is your right understanding and right relationship with the outside world. Outside world challenges are given to us by God because they are necessary. You may think Corona is disastrous, but He knows because He doesn't judge your life from this womb to tomb, as Swamiji says. He sees your total welfare, your evolution, your reaching Godhood. Therefore, He gives, like a doctor gives, sweet and bitter pills. Sometimes sweet pills, sometimes bitter pill. God gives you the experiences that you need to evolve, not the experiences that you desire, because they are not good for you. You don't have a complete picture. He has a complete picture. So do not resist His will. And these experiences are all finite. They are only meant for you as a field to experiment and to turn your attention to that spiritual center in you. So today, carry home capsule is, no situation is bad. The way in which you see the situation becomes a crisis. If you see from the ego standpoint, you are crushed. If you see from the totality standpoint, accept the wisdom of the cosmic intelligence, it evolves. So now let's go back to Arjuna's situation. When Arjuna saw the thing from his own ego, such a mighty warrior, a ferocious warrior, he became so weak. He says, I cannot hold my bow. I cannot stand. Collapses. And from now onwards, because colored by the ego, he sees the situation from that colored angle and goes on talking rubbish to Krishna. Na kamche vijayam Krishna, na cha rajyani sukhani cha, kim no rajyena govinda, kim kogai jivita jivitena va. What will I do with this kingdom, O Krishna? I do not want this kingdom. I do not want these treasures. Why? Yesha mathe kamchitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha, ta ime avastita yuddhe pranam tekva dhanani cha. For whose sake we want to earn this kingdom and money? Well, they are here losing their lives. What will we do earning this wealth and kingdom? Acharya pitara putraha tathaiva cha pitamaha matula shashura pautraha shala sambandhinastata. The various lists he has given earlier, teachers, fathers, grandfathers, maternal uncles, all these people are there. Therefore, yetam nahantum ichchami natopi madhusudana apitrailokya rajyasya ketu kimnu mahikrute. O Madhusudana, I have decided not to fight them, not to kill them, even if they, for the sake of all the three worlds, earth, heaven, etc. What to talk about this small kingdom? I'm not going to fight. Nihatyadatta rashtrana kapritis janardana papame vasrayanti papame vasrayet asman atvayetan atatayinaham. You see, when a man is confused, he speaks with double tongue. He says Madhusudana. Madhu is a Rakshasa. Krishna is one who slayed a Rakshasa. So Rakshasa should be slain. Similarly here, Atatayinaha are people who have robbed other people's wealth, cattle, wife, toys and children, burned their houses. They should be killed without even inquiry. He uses those terms, but he says, what is the use of killing these Atatayans? And he says, Madhusudana, you have killed the Rakshasa, good, but I don't want to do that. Tasman narka vayam hantum dhaptarastran subhandhavan swajanam hikatam Tatva Sukinas Syama Madhava, Lord of the earth, killing our own people. How are we going to be happy? Therefore, I don't want to kill them. Yadyapyetena pashyanti logo bahata chetasaha kulakshaya kritam dosham mitradrohe chapakam. Even if these people are not able to see the consequences of destroying the families through this war, how do we, committed to good values, not see this? Katham nagneyam asmabihi papad asman nivartikum kulakshaya kritam dosham papashyadhi dhanardana will remove of the sorrows of the people. They do not see because their mind is always in film. How do we not see? He is asking. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatana dharmena ste kulam krishnam adharmo bhavatyuta. By the loss of the families, their traditions are lost, their values are lost, and then only adharma takes its foot. Adharma abhibhavat krishna pradrushyanti prastriya srishu dushtasu varsneya jayate varna sankaraha. Through the adharma rising, all the ladies will lose their values, and then there will be admixture of caste. There won't be any, maintaining the Kula dharmas and the value for progeny, the right values. There will be total confusion in caste. Sankaro narakascheva Kudagnanam Kudascha Patanti Pitaro Hiesham Luptapindo Takriya. By this admixture of caste, so he says that by this losing family tradition, by the change of the legitimate lineage, there won't be any affinity to the ancestors. They won't do shraddhas, etc. Therefore, the ancestors won't get their share of food, etc. Doshairete kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi uschyadyante jati dharmaha kula dharmascha shashwataha. Doshaihi etaihi kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi uschyadyante jati dharmaha kula dharmascha shashwataha. By all these deeds, the destroyers of the family, which cause confusion of caste, eternal religious rights of the caste, and the families are destroyed. Ussanna kuladharmana manusyanam janardana narake netam vaso bhavati tyana shushma. By this loss of all values, we will only go to hell. Aho bata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadraja sukalobhena antum swajana mugyata. Now he is congratulating himself. He says, oh gosh, we are about to do such a heinous crime, and we are saved from that. Yadimam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanaya dhattarashtrarane hanyu tanme shemataram bhavet. Even if they kill us without weapons and they with weapons, it is much better. There is nothing better than that. Let them kill. Sanjaya Vacha Eva Mukharjuna Sankhe Tato Pasta Upavishad Visrujya Shasharam Chapam Shoka Sambhigna Manasaha. So saying this, he collapses in the chariot, leaving all the bow and arrow, everything. And that's the background of Arjuna's confusion, which is the beginning of evolution. Thinking starts with confusion. Therefore, even the first chapter becomes a means to evolve. Because only when you are confused, you start thinking. A lot of people, ignorance is bliss. They do not think. They won't have confusion, but they won't evolve. So therefore, first chapter ends here, giving us the background. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Panchamo Prathamo Dhyaya. This chapter is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The despondency of Arjuna becomes a means to evolve. And it has two aspects, Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. That is like any science, theoretical science and applied science. Here, it will give all the logics of spirituality, plus also the means to actualize them. That is the purification of the mind and intellect, integration of the mind and intellect, called yoga, and all the nature of the self, that is called Brahma Vidya. Together, he will give in the next 17 chapters. So here, he's the first chapter. The second chapter, teaching starts from the 11th verse. But till then, what is important is how this despondent Arjuna turns to be a disciple to Krishna. How does he transform himself to be a spiritual student? That is the essence till the 11th verse, which is the Gita. Sanjaya Vacha Tam Tata Krupaya Vishtam Asru Purna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Vacha Madhusudana talking to this Arjuna who is completely lost in confusion, despondency, and his eyes filled with tears. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutasva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Ananyadustamasvargyam Kirtikaram Arjuna. How did this perilous state of confusion come to you at the wrong time? This is the time when you have to get up and fight. You can't afford this depression. Kutaha, Kashmalam. Kashmalam, confusion. In Tamil, they say Kashmalam. Vishame Samupastitam. Vishame, in the crisis, it has come to you. An Arya Dustam. It is not befitting of an Aryan. Aryan is not the political Aryan. Aryan means respectable one. It's not Aryan, Dravidian and all that. So, an Arya Dustam practiced by Asvargyam, that which denies you the higher fields of experience of Swarga and all that. Akirtikaram Arjuna will bring you bad name. Arjuna, how did it come to you when you can't afford this? Klaibyam masmagama partha naitatvayupapadyate chudram rutayadam valyam tikto tishta parantapa. Leaving this state of weakness, get up. Do not be a third gender eunuch. Because if you are a man, you should have the guts to fight. If you are a woman, you should be able to endure. You are neither a man nor a woman. It doesn't befit you. Get up and fight. Arjuna Vacha Katam Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam Madhusudana Ishvi Pratiyosyami Pujarha Harisudana. How can I fight Harisudana? Again, you see, Madhusudana, the killer of Madhu. Harisudana, the one who destroys the enemies. Both he addresses Krishna and he doesn't want to do. Enemies have to be destroyed. The Rakshasas have to be destroyed. And Krishna he appreciates. He doesn't want to do. That's called dichotomy, confusion. Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam Chamadhusudana Vishubi Pratiyosyami Pujarha Harisudana. They deserve our worship, puja. Pratiyosyami. Forget my fighting. How can even I retaliate? Pratiyosyami, retaliate. Bhishma and Drona. Nachaitadvidma kataranno gariyo yadvajayema yadivano jayayu yane vahatva najiji vishvama Evastita Pramuke Dhartarashtra, having killed whom we would like to live, those sons of Dhritarashtra. I do not know whether we should win or allow them to win us, because having won over this army without them, we wouldn't like to live. And therefore, I'm confused. This is the beginning of learning. First, you have to know that you are confused. Should have the humility to accept I am confused. Should be willing to discipline yourself. That's called a disciple. So surrender your mind to a greater mind. Like water flows from higher level to the lower level, knowledge also flows from higher level to the lower level. You should have an open mind. If your cup is full, everything overflows. So Arjuna now, he is perturbed. Krishna is not perturbed. Seeing that, he thinks there is some falsehood in his own theory of arguments. Therefore, he now sees some cheer, confidence in Krishna compared to him. So he surrenders his mind, the individual ego, the Arjuna, to the intellect of who is Krishna, the charioteer. Who is, every intellect is not good, but Krishna is Yogeshwara Krishna, one who is tuned to the real self. So the ego, when it is confused, it should surrender to the intellect that is tuned to the self. So he surrenders now, and when he surrenders, he has already analyzed. He is willing to detach from his ego, and he is accepting that he is confused, and he says, I will be your disciple, teach me. Humility has come. Ego has gone. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yachreyasyan nischitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. We are overpowered by misery. Karpanya doshopahata. Karpanya is krupana bhava. Miserliness. Why miserliness? You have or you are the self, but you behave as though the body, mind, and intellect. A miser is one who has the money but doesn't spend. You are the self. You do not tap that. You live as a body, mind, and intellect. Therefore, you live in misery. Pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. I am asking you, Pruchhami tvam, you dharma sammudha cheta. Mudha, deluded. Sammudha, totally deluded. Dharma sammudha, totally deluded with reference to my duty, whether I should, as a Kshatriya, fight the battle, or a relative. Don't kill your own kith and kin. This is the confusion. That is, kith and kin comes as ego. Kshatriya comes as the cause. From the standpoint of the ego and from the standpoint of the cause, there is a confusion. That is the battle between the two values. Dharma sammudha cheta. Yet Shreya, please, Krishna, tell me what leads us to the ultimate good. Yes, Shreya, Shreyas and Prayas. Prayas is the pull of matter. Shreyas is the pull of spirit. Prayas, when you follow, ultimately you lose both Prayas and Shreyas. Shreyas, when you follow, initially you may not have Prayas, but ultimately you will get both Shreyas and Prayas. Always listen to the intellect, full of spirit, and not the full of matter, the passion. Shadhi Yachreyasya nischitam bruhi. You decide and tell me, because I am not in a position to think. Shishyasteham, I become your disciple. Shishya, disciple, one who is willing to be disciplined. Shadhimam tvam prapannam. Shadi, teach. Why should I teach you? Prapannam, I surrender to you. Shadhimam, me, tvam, you. teach me, because I am surrendering to you. That is where the despondent Arjuna has become a student Arjuna. When the student is ready, teacher is immediately available, because God sends us to the world only to teach us. So he provides the teacher every time what you need. At the school, school teacher. In the business, business teachers. Family counselors. Whatever you need, God provides. When you are ready for spiritual teaching, he provides spiritual teacher. You don't have to hunt. He will come in search of you. Arjuna and Krishna lived together for 80 years during the battle. But Arjuna never discovered Krishna as a teacher. But when he is ready as a student, he discovers the Krishna as a teacher. So that is the background where the spiritual teaching starts, which we shall see next class. Hari Om, Sri Guru Namaha.